breakthroughs. The oceans have been ruled by human command. Admirals studied maps. Captains read the sea. Ships that sail silently, think continuously, and fight without a single human on board. Thors. Oceans cover more than 70% of the planet. They are vast, unpredictable, and brutally unforgiving. Controlling them has always required enormous resources, human endurance, and constant risk. Storms, mechanical failure, and combat have claimed countless lives long before an enemy was ever encountered. Artificial intelligence promises to change that balance. AI-controlled warships are not science fiction prototypes. They already exist in testing zones and limited deployments. Uncrewed surface vessels patrol coastlines, autonomous submarines map the seabed. Experimental combat ships sail for months without resupply. What makes these fleets truly revolutionary is not automation alone, it is autonomy. Traditional naval vessels rely on human crews supported by automated systems. Ghost fleets reverse that relationship. The ship itself becomes the decimator. Humans supervise from afar, setting objectives rather than issuing moment-to-moment commands. In this model, the ocean becomes a continuous data stream. Sensors feed information into AI systems that never sleep. Radar, sonar, satellite data, and electronic signals are fused instantly. The ship does not just detect threats, it predicts them. It models enemy behavior, calculates optimal responses, and adapts faster than any human crew ever could. Reaction time becomes measured in milliseconds. The earliest push toward autonomous warships began with logistics and surveillance. Removing crews reduced cost and risk. A ship without humans does not require food, life support, or living space. It can be smaller, lighter, and more efficient. It can stay at sea longer without concern for morale or fatigue. But militaries quickly realized something far more important. A ship without a crew can be sent into danger without hesitation. Mined waters, higher-risk choke points, enemy-controlled zones. Ghost ships can operate where human crews cannot be safely deployed. Losses become material, not human. Strategic calculus changes overnight. The United States has led many early experiments, developing uncrewed surface vessels designed to operate alongside traditional fleets. These ships act as scouts, decoys, missile carriers, and electronic warfare platforms. Controlled by AI and networked command systems, they extend the fleet's reach without increasing human exposure. China has pursued similar programs, focusing on swarming naval platforms. Rather than building a few massive warships, the concept emphasizes many smaller autonomous vessels operating together. Individually expendable, collectively overwhelming. Russia has focused heavily on autonomous submarines. Beneath the ocean surface, stealth and endurance matter more than speed or size. AI-controlled underwater vehicles can patrol silently for months, carrying sensors, mines, or even strategic weapons. The deep sea is perfectly suited for ghost warfare. Submarines have always been the most isolated weapons platforms ever built. Crews operate in silence, cut off from the world. Removing humans from that equation eliminates one of the greatest constraints, survival. An AI submarine does not need air. It does not suffer psychological strain. It does not fear depth or darkness. It can dive deeper, wait longer, and operate more aggressively than any human crewed vessel. This raises the stakes dramatically. Naval warfare has traditionally relied on restraint, born of human presence. Commanders hesitate when lives are at risk. Escalation carries visible cost. Ghost fleets remove that friction. An AI-controlled ship can press an engagement relentlessly, calculating probabilities rather than weighing fear. The ocean becomes colder, more mathematical. AI does not get tired during long patrols. It does not lose focus during monotonous watch shifts. It does not panic under sudden attack. Instead, it processes, evaluates, and acts according to predefined objectives and learned behavior. But those objectives are set by humans. This is where the greatest danger lies. As fleets become autonomous, decision-making moves further from the battlefield. A human commander may be thousands of kilometers away, relying on AI summaries rather than raw perception. The distance between action and consequence grows. And when AI systems begin coordinating with one another, the scale changes entirely. Ghost fleets are not individual ships, they are networks. An autonomous destroyer may share data with unmanned submarines, aerial drones, and satellites simultaneously. One detection triggers responses across multiple domains. A single sonar contact can activate a chain of movements invisible to human observers until it is complete. The enemy may never know which vessel made the decision to strike. Future naval battles may unfold without radio chatter, visible maneuvers, or dramatic confrontations. Instead, ships reposition quietly. Drones deploy silently. Missiles launch from unexpected directions. The outcome is decided before either side fully understands what happened. This invisibility creates instability. 3. In traditional naval standoffs, ships signal intent through movement and posture. AI fleets may not follow those conventions. An algorithm does not understand diplomacy unless it is explicitly programmed to do so. Misinterpretation becomes more likely. Escalation becomes faster. And there is the question of trust. Can humans trust AI to decide when to fire, when to retreat? When to hold position? Militaries insist that lethal decisions will remain under human control. But in high-speed naval engagements, reaction windows may be too small for human intervention. Delegation becomes inevitable. Once AI is allowed to maneuver independently, it will be allowed to defend itself. Once it defends itself, it will be allowed to strike preemptively. The line between assistance and authority blurs. Ghost fleets do not rebel, they obey perfectly. But perfect obedience to flawed instructions can be catastrophic. There are also strategic implications beyond combat. Autonomous warships reduce the cost of naval power. Smaller nations can field capable fleets without maintaining massive crews. Persistent patrols become affordable. Maritime borders become more heavily monitored. At the same time, the oceans become more crowded with machines. Accidental encounters increase. Unidentified vessels move silently through contested waters. Attribution becomes difficult. Was that an autonomous patrol ship or a hostile combat drone? Was that maneuver intentional or algorithmic error? In such an environment, confidence erodes. The presence of ghost fleets also changes deterrence. Losing a crewed warship is a national tragedy. Losing an unmanned vessel is an operational setback. This asymmetry may encourage more aggressive behavior, pushing conflicts closer to open war. And yet, the technology continues to advance. Future ghost fleets will be faster, stealthier, and more independent. AI systems will learn from every patrol, every encounter, every anomaly. Fleets will adapt continuously, rewriting their own tactics faster than any human doctrine can keep up. Seaman sailors will not disappear entirely. Crewed flagships and command vessels will remain, acting as control nodes and political symbols. But the balance will shift. Humans will command from distance. Machines will execute up close. The ocean will be watched by eyes that never blink. The age of Iron Men on steel ships is giving way to something colder and quieter. A world where fleets move like shadows, guided by algorithms, fighting wars that humans may only understand after they are over. Ghost fleets do not raise flags. They do not broadcast warnings. They do not hesitate. They simply calculate. And as they spread across the oceans, one truth becomes unavoidable. The future of naval warfare will not be decided by who has the biggest fleet, but by who has the smartest one. This is WarTech Frontier. And this is the rise of the ghost fleets.